The Hells Angels comes before anything and anybody.
Absolutely.
Mother, father. So what does that mean?
When the name Hells Angels is mentioned, it sends a chill down the spine. This notorious motorcycle club is not only one of the most secretive organizations on the planet, but also infamous for its involvement in drug trafficking, prostitution, corruption, and other organized crimes.
We're gonna do this! Let's do this! Let's get it!
Imagine the perilous path a member faces when they decide to leave. Join us as we embark on an extraordinary journey through the intense ramifications and consequences of departing from the world's most infamous motorcycle club.
It's no secret that the Hells Angels are an incredibly violent, vicious organization.
Probably not someone you want to invite over for tea.
How Hells Angels Motorcycle Club came about. Known for its strong sense of unity, brotherhood, and camaraderie, the Hells Angels is one of the most famous and notorious motorcycle clubs in the world. The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, HMC, is an international outlaw motorcycle club recognized for riding Harley-Davidson motorcycles and its distinctive red and white colors. Since its founding in 1948, the organization has expanded worldwide, with chapters in 59 nations and 3,600 members. Initially established in the United States, it has grown to include many divisions and chapters across the globe. The illustrious history of the Hells Angels began on March 17, 1948, in Fontana, California. This historic event marked a new chapter in motorcycle culture as various groups united under a single banner, laying the foundation for what would soon become one of the most recognizable motorcycle clubs in the world. The club was founded by a group of World War II veterans who longed for the camaraderie they experienced in the military and missed the excitement of battle. These veterans formed the group by uniting several smaller motorcycling clubs, with Otto Friedli, a renowned World War II combatant, at the center of this revolutionary union. Friedli's courage and determination were instrumental in creating the Hells Angels, as he led the movement to split from the Pissed Off Bastards, POB, motorcycle club. This decision was motivated by a simmering rivalry between the two gangs, igniting a spark of rebellion that would define the Hells Angels philosophy for years to come. The early history of the Hells Angels is somewhat hazy, with several accounts of its origins. It is believed that the original official charter of the club was drafted in Fontana in 1950. As the group grew, independent chapters appeared throughout California, with members moving from one city to another. Another legend attributes the club's foundation to Redlands Road Runners member Dick White on November 15, 1951, in San Bernardino. Regardless of the precise origins, the club's name was inspired by the practice of bestowing fierce, death-defying names upon military squadrons during the war era. The Hells Angels name was proposed by Arvid Olsen, a friend of the club's founders and a former member of the Hells Angels squadron of the Flying Tigers in China during World War II. The distinctive death head patch of the club serves as a marker of a Hells Angels member. The Hells Angels are organized like a military unit. The Oakland Charter, founded by Ralph "Sonny" Barger in 1957, and the San Francisco Hells Angels, reportedly organized by Rocky Graves in 1953, each had unique patches and logos representing their respective chapters. Barger was instrumental in uniting the disparate chapters under common club bylaws. The club's standard later evolved from the larger Oakland chapter's version of the death head patch, known as the Barger Larger.
Well, I should say the notoriety started after I got in the club.
The Hells Angels continued to grow outside of the U.S., opening their first international chapter in 1961 in Auckland, New Zealand. Their distinctive look, including the well-known death head emblem sewn on their leather jackets, became a symbol of their identity, drawing attention wherever they went. The public's reaction to this identification was a mixture of amazement, shock, fear, and interest. The Hells Angels are commonly recognized by their initials, HA, red and white, or HMC. They are also referred to as 81, which represents the alphabetical order of the first letters of Hells and Angels. Groups that adopted the club's name recognized that Hells lacks an apostrophe and emphasized that this was a conscious decision. The president of each chapter oversees all significant decisions and supervises the chapter's operations. The Hells Angels are organized like a military unit, with a rigid hierarchy and chain of command. Law enforcement authorities and international intelligence organizations have closely scrutinized the Hells Angels, viewing the club as an organized crime syndicate involved in transporting illegal substances, engaging in violence, and participating in other criminal activities. Among these authorities, the U.S. Department of Justice has classified the Hells Angels as such. Due to the group's serious threat, law enforcement agencies worldwide have been attempting to dismantle it and its members for decades. However, it is important to note that not every member is involved in illegal activity, and the club itself disputes any affiliation with illegal enterprises, claiming that any criminal activities are the responsibility of individuals and not the group as a whole. Despite these claims, the Hells Angels are known for their violence and criminality, but they also have a strong sense of brotherhood. For more than 70 years, the Hells Angels have been a formidable motorcycle club known for their unwavering loyalty and close-knit brotherhood.
As a member in this club. Got everything? Now let's go to your other question.
They have a reputation for engaging in numerous unlawful acts, including drug trafficking, extortion, and murder. Violence has occasionally erupted wherever they appear. Members of the Brotherhood are required to prioritize the club's interests above their own and to always be available to assist other members. One of the most notorious events involving the Hells Angels was the Altamont Free Concert in 1969. The Rolling Stones headlined the show, which descended into violence when a Hells Angels member attacked a concertgoer with a weapon. This incident came to symbolize the darker side of the 1960s counterculture. The Hells Angels have been suspected of many other high-profile crimes, including drug dealing, murder, and racketeering, which were among the charges brought against club members in 2002. During an extensive investigation into the club's activities, over 40 Hells Angels members and associates were implicated in various illegal activities. Their involvement in these ventures has led to conflicts with competing motorcycle clubs, resulting in violent altercations and territorial disputes. In May 2019, the Netherlands made history when a court in Utrecht declared the Hells Angels to be a danger to public order and the rule of law. While other countries such as Germany had previously banned local chapters of the club, this was the first time the entire organization had been outlawed. On July 15, 2022, the Netherlands Supreme Court upheld the ban, making it final. Getting to be a member of the Hells Angels. Becoming a member of the notorious Hells Angels Motorcycle Club is a challenging and intricate process, designed to ensure that only the most committed and suitable individuals are admitted. Membership is not easily granted, requiring candidates to undergo a rigorous screening process and prove their worth through multiple stages and stringent requirements. Prospective members, or prospects, must meet specific criteria and demonstrate a unique combination of personal qualities to be considered. The Hells Angels enforce a strict code of conduct, which excludes anyone who has previously applied to be a police officer or jail officer, as well as individuals with serious criminal records, particularly those involving harm to children. Intravenous drug use is also strictly prohibited among members, reflecting the club's dedication to maintaining a certain standard of behavior. The journey to full membership begins with the rank of hang-around. A hang-around is allowed to attend club functions and interact with members, giving them a chance to show their genuine interest and compatibility with the club. If deemed a good fit, a hang-around may be invited to become an associate. This step is more than just a title. It signifies a deeper level of involvement, although associates are still under assessment and do not have voting rights. To progress from associate to prospect, individuals must actively participate in club events and prove their dedication and skills. This stage of proving oneself typically lasts for 1 to 2 years. Only after successfully completing this period can an individual attain the rank of prospect, moving them one step closer to full membership in the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. Here's where the real journey begins for those aspiring to join the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. As a prospect, you find yourself interacting with key figures within the inner circle. But the road to full membership is far from over. This phase is similar to playing in the minor leagues. You have the potential, but you must prove yourself on the field to earn your spot. It's important to note that even at this advanced stage, you are not yet a full member. To achieve full membership status, prospects must undergo an intensive evaluation process that requires the unanimous approval of all current full club members. This rigorous process highlights the club's emphasis on consensus and unity. During this period, prospects are permitted to wear a rectangular MC patch accompanied by a bottom rocker patch that denotes the state, province, or territory they represent. This attire signifies their intermediate status and commitment to the club. The behavior and dedication of prospects are closely monitored by existing members, who evaluate their readiness for full membership. As a prospect, you will be required to travel extensively throughout the geographic jurisdiction of the sponsoring charter. This means presenting yourself to every charter in your area, engaging in handshake greetings, and building relationships with members. It's akin to a high-stakes job interview, where you must meet specific requirements such as paying dues, attending mandatory meetings, and participating in club rides. The culmination of this stage is the approval process. Once a prospect has demonstrated their loyalty, dedication, and compatibility with the club's values, they may be awarded the final logo patch during a formal induction ceremony.
He had to be an angel. Asked me, he said, "Are you ready?" I barely could say anything. I mean, that's how excited I was.
This prestigious patch includes the iconic death head emblem, a top rocker with Hells Angels, and a bottom rocker that indicates the claimed state or territory. The induction ceremony is a significant event, often referred to as being patched, where the newly approved prospect pledges their allegiance to the club and its members. It's a momentous occasion, symbolizing their full integration into the Hells Angels Brotherhood. However, it's crucial to understand that the patch itself remains the property of the club. If a member chooses to leave the Hells Angels, the patch must be returned, signifying the end of their affiliation with the organization. However, exiting the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club is not a simple or welcomed process, as membership is considered a lifelong commitment. There is no concept of retirement or outgrowing the group once you become a full-fledged member. Joining the Hells Angels binds individuals into a brotherhood that transcends traditional relationships, emphasizing a lifelong pledge. Expulsion due to serious wrongdoing is the only way a member can leave the club. The Hells Angels Charter operates like a close-knit second family, fostering a profound sense of community and solidarity among its members. Even after departing from the club, former members are expected to uphold a vow of silence, ensuring that the organization's inner workings and traditions remain concealed from outsiders. The fraternity of the Hells Angels stands together during challenging times, honoring and paying tribute to fallen brothers. An unwritten rule exists within the club. What happens inside the club stays within the club. Members are obligated to maintain the secrecy of the club's affairs even after they leave. This unwavering dedication to confidentiality underscores the deep respect and loyalty that define the Hells Angels Brotherhood. Even if a member decides to part ways with the club, they remain bound to uphold the sacred trust they pledged when joining. Each chapter of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club is managed by an officer corps that includes a president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, sergeant-at-arms, and road captain. This well-defined organizational structure allows each chapter to maintain autonomy over matters such as member discipline and minor policy changes, while still adhering to centralized guidelines. The balance between localized decision-making and overarching rules ensures the club operates smoothly and consistently. One of the club's strictest rules is the prohibition of media interactions. Members are forbidden from speaking to the media to preserve the secrecy and integrity of their activities. And this commitment to privacy helps protect the club from unwanted scrutiny and maintains its enigmatic image. Owning a Harley-Davidson motorcycle is a non-negotiable prerequisite for becoming a Hells Angel. No other type of motorcycle is acceptable. Riding Harleys is deeply embedded in Hells Angels tradition and is a crucial aspect of their identity. The distinctive roar of a Harley engine is often associated with the Hells Angels, symbolizing strength, brotherhood, and rebellion. When members gather, they often ride together for miles, reinforcing their bond. According to their website, they travel approximately 12,000 miles together each year. These long rides are essential for developing connections and camaraderie, further solidifying the brotherhood. Although women are not officially members of the Hells Angels, they play significant roles in supporting the organization. Many Hells Angels have wives and families who understand and embrace the commitment and lifestyle associated with being a member. These women provide crucial support and help uphold the club's traditions and values, contributing to the overall strength and unity of the organization. Leaving the Hells Angels. Being a member of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club profoundly impacts every aspect of a person's life, influencing their decision-making, daily routines, and interactions with the media. Leaving the club entails more than just physically separating from the group. It requires adhering to the organization's strict rules and regulations. Removing those iconic patches can feel like losing a part of one's identity, a tangible reminder of the deep bonds shared with fellow members. Even after leaving, the emotional ties may linger, leading to a sense of loss for the camaraderie and community that membership provided. Despite these challenges, many individuals ultimately choose to leave the club. There are various reasons why a member might decide to depart. One common motivation is the desire to pursue a different path and adopt a new lifestyle. As members mature, start families, or reassess their priorities, they may find that the perilous and sometimes violent lifestyle associated with the Hells Angels is incompatible with their evolving responsibilities. The Hells Angels are often linked to organized crime, and some members may face serious legal issues during their tenure. For those facing significant legal consequences, the risk of imprisonment may outweigh any perceived benefits of remaining in the club. As a result, individuals may opt to leave to safeguard their freedom and future. In hindsight, many may question whether the advantages of joining the club outweigh the drawbacks. Whether motivated by personal convictions, disillusionment, or the pursuit of a new path, departures from the Hells Angels indicate a divergence from the club's collective journey. There are rumors of former members who left the club for unknown reasons. Some may have sought a fresh start free from their past burdens, while others might have been seeking redemption. Regardless of their motivations, these departures underscore the complexity of human nature and the ever-changing dynamics within the fraternity. The ban on media interactions extends to members who leave the group. Beyond being a simple club rule, it reflects a broader concept of self-preservation and protection. By avoiding media contact, members ensure the confidentiality of sensitive information about the club and its affiliations, reducing the risk of unwelcome attention or intervention. Post-departure, former members are not required to ride Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Choosing a different motorcycle can be a statement of autonomy and self-determination, reflecting a willingness to embrace change, adapt to new situations, and pursue personal ambitions in their own way. Leaving the Hells Angels is not easy, regardless of the reason. Members who attempt to leave often face hostility and retribution, including physical violence, destruction of property, or even threats of death. The Hells Angels are known for their rigorous code of silence, and breaking this code can have severe consequences. In addition to physical risks, leaving the club can result in social isolation. Long-term members may find it difficult to adjust to life outside the club, make new friends, and find a sense of direction. Navigating the web of social fallout can be challenging, as leaving the club can set off a chain reaction that causes rifts in relationships and social dynamics. Former members who receive the cold shoulder from their once close associates may feel alone and abandoned. Whatever the reason for quitting, there can be dire repercussions for leaving the Hells Angels. After dedicating decades of his life to the Hells Angels, former member George Christie made the brave decision to leave behind the leather-clad brotherhood that had defined him.
One of them is 36-year-old George Christie, a tattooed veteran who is also leader of the Ventura, California Hells Angels.
Christie's journey with the Hells Angels began in the 1970s, fulfilling a lifelong dream when he joined the club. In an interview, he reflected on his time with the organization, praising their code of honor and expressing deep trust in his fellow members. He was welcomed with open arms and felt like a part of the family. Christie was a Hells Angel for nearly 40 years, serving 35 of those years as the leader of the Ventura chapter. However, in 2011, he decided to part ways with the group, feeling that their activities no longer aligned with his values. Christie believed the club had evolved into something they originally opposed. Before resigning, he met with his fellow members and attempted to mend fences with other motorcycle clubs, hoping for an amicable departure. After following the proper procedures, which included emotional discussions and surrendering his patch, Christie believed he had left on good terms. However, a few weeks later, he received a call that shattered his peace. He was accused of being an informant, a charge he vehemently denied. This accusation led to his beloved friends and family being barred from interacting with him, making him feel as though he had gone through a painful separation. Christie went on to write a gripping memoir, Exile on Front Street, My Life as a Hells Angel and Beyond, where he vividly described his experiences inside the infamous club and the turbulent years following his exit. His tale took an even darker turn when he was labeled a coward and rumored to have been convicted of conspiracy, serving time in prison. While George Christie's account is widely known, not everyone who leaves the Hells Angels experiences the same level of turmoil. One such example is David LaBrava, who gained fame as an actor on the crime drama series Sons of Anarchy. LaBrava, a member of the Oakland-based Hells Angels chapter, joined the cast as a technical advisor to ensure an authentic portrayal of the motorcycle subculture. LaBrava was arrested in 2008 for drug possession and other infractions, but this did not deter his involvement in both the Hells Angels and the television series. In 2019, he took to Instagram to announce his departure from the club after many years of service. He stated, "I've decided to stop collecting patches. The patch holding is no longer including me, and I have officially transitioned into civilian status." LaBrava seemed to part ways amicably with the Hells Angels, expressing appreciation for his time with the group. Despite LaBrava's peaceful exit, the Hells Angels are known for their intimidating tactics, and members who leave the club often face abuse and violence. Nevertheless, there are resources available for those who decide to leave. Some members may choose to enroll in witness protection programs or seek assistance from organizations that support ex-gang members, offering protection and aid to those fearing reprisals from their former associates. Experts are available to help former gang members navigate the challenges of leaving such an organization. Therapists and counselors with experience in dealing with ex-gang members can provide valuable support. The decision to leave the Hells Angels is deeply personal, and it is crucial for individuals to carefully consider their options and potential repercussions. However, for those ready to make a change, there are resources available to help them safely exit and begin a new chapter in their lives. How does one truly escape the repercussions and harsh reality of leaving the infamous Brotherhood of Hells Angels, where every decision carries significant consequences? Or is it wiser to avoid joining the group altogether? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
I'm saying we're not guilty of everything that people read about.